am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture.
All right. We probably shouldn't start with the fact that we're drinking. We should probably keep it hush hush. Ain't nobody got to know, Rafael.
Yeah. Till the podcast goes on.
I will say, it's just like, I put my hands in my pocket, and I have, looks like there's 5 beer caps, but I know they're not all mine. I'm pretty sure I didn't drink all of them myself, so...
Are you collecting them for Fallout 4?
Probably.
Damn.
I'm just trying to figure out where they came from. I don't have that.
The escapades of Forgotten Nights.
Damn.
Okay. So let's begin. Finally. Bitcast number
6.
We made it.
I'm not drunk.
Made it to
Woo!
number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything with the number 6.
I forget what's next in the song, like we did last time.
There's nothing special about number 6, just like there's nothing special about this episode.
6 geese a laying.
Oh yeah! Is that really it though?
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
go with
7 swans is swimming and 6 geese a laying.
that. So we were supposed to start an hour ago. It's already midnight. And this is probably going to be the longest show we've ever done.
Fantastic.
So
Oh yeah.
sounds good to me. So yeah, let's get on with it. We have, let's see what we got. We got the top 10 that Zach and Rafael wrote, and Sierra, who's not going to be here for. Sierra's not going to be here for a little while. I mean, she will be back eventually, but she has to deal with a couple of things herself. So,
Of course.
not using the Sierra bot.
No one's pwning noobs today.
Nope. No one's the what, Zach?
Pwning noobs?
Pwn some noobs.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There it is. Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna do it. So yeah, we have the top 10, and then we have a feature on voice actors that Zach wrote. And then on segment 2, we have a review of what game, Zach?
Persona 4. Dancing All Night.
It had its number 4 on it?
Yeah, it's Persona 4. It's of that universe.
Alright, we'll do that, then we'll have a question of the week. And then we'll go to sleep. It'll be, actually, by that point, we'll just go to work. It'll probably be 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Top 10. I want you two to take charge of this top 10. I'm tired of always being in charge of this, even though I'm kind of running the show. But tonight, I'm just gonna take a back seat, and I want you guys to take care of this. Zach, what is the top 10?
It is the top 10 voice acting performances in video games.
What's up with that accent at the beginning?
Yeah.
Pennsylvanian accent.
Speaking of voice acting.
Yes. That was my little demonstration. See? It changes everything.
Beautiful.
Yes. This is like, I can't speak for the other top 10s I wasn't a part of, but this is like one of the hardest lists that I ever had to make. I don't know about you, Rafael.
Yeah, it was definitely a big hassle picking the top performers and having deciding what would go in. There's a lot of performances to choose from. It was definitely tough going through it. It was definitely a process.
What was it going to be originally?
It was originally going to be like the top 10 voice actors, but we didn't feel comfortable doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, it just kind of feels iffy about ranking individual actors. And on top of that, we thought it would give us some more range of versatility to make cases for specific performances rather than an actor as a whole. Because there are so many good actors out there who maybe just have like one or two standout performances that are really worth sometimes, many performances by a different actor. It just depends. In this particular list, it was so difficult because honestly, any given day you can make a case for so many other different roles that could just as easily make the list. But we ultimately just had to go with what we really felt strongly about. And it probably has the largest honorable mention list that I've put on the top 10 just because I felt so wrong about leaving people off. Rafael, you want to mention some of those honorable mentions?
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these. I mean, they were all good, especially the ones who we even decided could potentially make it. But the honorable mentions was Lee Everett from Walking Dead.
Do your Lee Everett, Rafael.
Oh, here it is. Macon.
Oh.
That's what he says the entire game.
No.
There's a pharmacy in Macon.
No, do Chef from South Park, and you got him.
Well, children.
See? That's him.
No.
Plus, there's a Kyle in the game, too. So.
Oh, hey, it's true.
Yeah.
Needed more Macon, though.
Children, we're going to Macon. Clementine.
Clementine. Hello there, children.
Oh man. Another honorable mention.
Yeah, another honorable mention, and I'm glad. As great as he is in portraying his character, I'm glad he didn't make the list. But David Hayter and Solid Snake.
What?
Ooh.
What? What an atrocity! This thing. What? Why is he not in the top 10?
We knew it was going to piss people off, but
me off.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has like one of the most iconic voices for a character. That's Snake. But we just had a hard time fitting him on the list as far as like emotional range goes, because we had this. This pretty much was the same thing with Geralt. Very similar kind of roles where they're very, for the most part, emotionally level. I mean, but they were worthy of honorable mention because they do have those like small moments where they show a little bit of personality, and sometimes that takes a little more skill in acting than, being like an overt character or anything like that. But that was ultimate. Like I said, sometimes we had to play a little fast and loose with our ultimate factors because it was so hard to get it down to 10. But I mean, I don't know about you, Rafael, if I explained that well.
Oh no, definitely. I think it's great to bring up the next one too, Kratos from God of War. Kratos from God of War, he was on the list, or he was on the potential list, but we took him off because when we discussed range of emotions, all he did was kind of just angrily yell about
Ares!
Yeah. Ares! Hercules! Zeus! Every single person he would just yell at. And there wasn't much range with, as much as I wish Geralt made it, because David Cockle absolutely nailed that deadpan delivery with Geralt, and he was funny. He was
Doug Cockle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Doug Cockle. Yeah, excuse me. He absolutely nailed that deadpan delivery, but he just couldn't make the list compared to some of these other voice actors we have.
All right.
And one that you actually mentioned, Paul, that we really kind of heard your argument for was did you say Charles Martinet? Is that his name?
Yes.
For Mario, because it is indeed, obviously we weren't going to put him on the list because he doesn't really like sit there and deliver lines and like act or necessarily, but he does have, I mean, I guess there is something to be admired and that is iconic about giving us that kind of a voice to such an iconic character. So we did feel like that we could make a case for at least mentioning him, so we were happy to put him on there.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand why he wasn't on the list in the end.
Yeah.
But
without further ado, number 10, Raphael, go ahead.
Number 10, Commander Shepard, the female Commander Shepard. And Paul, you made a big argument to have her on the list.
I did.
And it was interesting because Zach and I kind of thought Commander Shepard didn't make that much of an impact. And I brought this up to Zach, that there was this little quirk that male Commander Shepard said. He didn't say against, he said against.
Yes.
And it ticked me up just a little bit, but looking through female Commander Shepard's delivery, and there's this scene where she's in the club, and she says something like, "I bet mine's bigger than yours," and pulls a gun out to the bouncer, and
Hey-o.
you can tell that the acting, the performance was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that was kind of like boom, like oh my god, but it was just so solid. Like sometimes that's even more important than having like something that is like a standout character where it's just she was just exactly what she needed to be. I mean, that's pretty much sums up Jennifer Hale in all of her roles. So, and it was really easy for me to put her on there whenever we compared her to the male Commander Shepard, who, well, what's that line, Rafael, that, it's like, I'm Commander Shepard, and something.
This is my favorite sword in the Citadel.
Yes. Oh, man. But anyways, yeah, Jennifer Hale Shepard is far and away an improvement over the male, and it's probably one of her better roles. I mean, you made the point, just the sheer amount of dialogue in those kind of games that they have. Yeah, so there's that is impressive.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the top 10, she did the most work out of all the other actors on this whole list. If you're talking about just legit work, going to the job and recording lines from 9 to 5, she did the most out of anyone else on this list, for sure.
I feel you.
Number 9, we're not going to spend too much time on this because we have way too much to go. So number 9.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Wait, number 9.
Mighty number 9.
Okay, number 9.
It was Detective Cole Phelps, portrayed by Aaron Staton from L.A. Noire. One of the big reasons why I liked. I mean, there's so many performances in L.A. Noire I like was because of the technology it used to not only capture the voice, but the full facial scan, which was like one of the first times they did this in a game. And so I feel like it gave an actor a chance to show off that extra level of acting that is not just heard through the voice, but seen in the face, which was so imperative for this game that is entirely based off of interrogations and investigations and things like that. And I felt like Cole's character was just like really standout. He's got an interesting story in that game, and there's the one scene we used as an example in particular here, where he just kind of loses his shit, is just fantastic.
I have a clip.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Time to shut up. Now is the time to be quiet, son.
Courtney Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with the mayor, the DA, Monroe, and a certain crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off! You finally lost.
Yes. Really, nothing more needs to be said. Number 8.
Yeah, let's take it to number 8. Maximilian Roivus from Eternal Darkness. And I'm glad, Paul, you actually brought this to our attention, because this completely escaped our scope. But looking into the character, you play as Max just a very short time in Eternal Darkness, but the actor William Hootkins does such a powerful performance. It's acting with soul, and you can absolutely hear it when he's screaming at the end. He's trapped in an asylum, and he's saying, "May the rats get you and feast upon you," and it's just absolutely powerful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a kind of performance you see out of someone who's trying to get an Academy Award. Like it's not something you hear on a video game, too often, especially not in a game on the GameCube from 2003, I think. It's just such a random thing and then I don't know. It's just a performance that I was not expecting out of him in this game.
Yeah, but he nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no other way around it. It was great.
I also have a clip.
Some empty souls and fevered thoughts, reeking of fetter decay.
thinking me mad with delirium. Fools cast away their hopes of salvation, but locking me in this damned asylum. May the rats eat your eyes! I am now lost to your cause! The darkness comes! It will damn us all! Oh my god!
That last part wasn't in the game, guys.
What? Are you sure about that? That's a great performance.
Gosh. It's terrible.
Number 7.
Number 7 was I never know how to say this right. Is it GLaDOS or GLaDOS?
GLaDOS.
GLaDOS. Okay.
Oh no! Wait, no. GLaDOS.
GLaDOS, obviously from Portal. We all know.
Heck yeah.
Portrayed by Ellen McLean.
Mm.
This was an entry that at first I was like, nah.
Come on.
I think everybody else made a argument against it, and as I heard the arguments, I came around. Not that I have, like, again, it's not anything that I have against the character, but my first initial thing was like, well, she's a robot, you know, how much did the actress actually bring to that role? But after sitting there revisiting some of the scenes to the game, I kind of realized that there is a tremendous amount of skill in sort of delivering those deadpan, sarcastic lines.
Mm-hmm.
And especially considering that she's pretty much the only voice actor in the entire game.
Right.
You know, there's really so much weight on her to give the game that extra flavor and character that it does. And obviously, I mean, Portal's an interesting concept, but it's really nothing without GLaDOS. So, I mean...
actually, I would have put this up a lot higher. Way, way, way up higher. Maybe number 1, maybe.
Oh my.
Maybe number 1.
Wow, whoa, let's calm down.
I'm just saying. Okay, that was an accident, but let's see here. I have some GLaDOS clips. Actually, I have a bunch of GLaDOS clips, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna spread them out.
Might as well play them all. Number 1.
I'm not playing them all at once. I'll spread them out after each entry, but here's what makes GLaDOS so awesome.
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster. Did you know I discovered a way to eradicate poverty? But then you killed me. So that's gone. This next test involves the Aperture Science Aerial Faceplate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how well test subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
Alright, let's do one more and then we'll go to the next, because these are all just the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them? Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel.
I have more, but I'll play them later.
Oh, man.
Who wants to do number 6?
I'm going to take this one if that's okay, Rafael.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm so passionate about this character. It's so funny because I wanted to include a Borderlands character, and my first instinct was Scooter. But then you guys all opened my... I'm like, how could I be missed? It's just so obvious.
Wait,
the handsome Jack.
Is Scooter the...
Scooter's the...
Catch a rat!
Mechanic.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, granted, he has an iconic standout voice, but handsome Jack is just portrayed by Damian Clark. And I don't know if you guys seen the actual actor in anything, but I was explaining to Rafael that the dude was born for this role because he is exactly the same person in real life, which is terrifying. Because Jack he's simultaneously one of the most hilarious villains, but yet the biggest douchebag. And I mean, there was no other word I could use in my entry for him than douchebag, because it is just the perfect summary of his character. But he really, I mean, Borderlands, the original was great, but I feel like having a villain like Handsome Jack really made Borderlands 2 like way, way, way better compared to the original.
Did one even have a villain? I can't even remember.
I don't remember if there was one.
Yeah, and I played the whole thing with my ex. Like, we went through the whole thing and got every achievement, and I can't remember anything, any kind of personalities.
Yeah. Just the original Vault Hunters. But Jack is also a a big part of the Tales from the Borderlands series from Telltale, which, spoiler, I'll be playing and writing a review for Tuesday.
Oh, I thought you were going to spoil it.
No spoils. Sorry. No spoils. But Jack is a very big part of that, so that was very nice to see because Jack is just such an integral part of Borderlands at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have a clip.
What stallion?
I do have a clip.
Been pretty good. Just bought a pony made of diamonds. Because I'm rich. So, that's cool. Goodbye. I'm racking my brain trying to think of a name for that diamond pony I bought. I was going to call it Piss for Brains in honor of you, but that just feels immature. Maybe Butt Stallion? Nah, that's even worse. I'll tell you what, I'll give it some more thought. I should probably clarify. The diamond horse I've been telling you about, it's not a sculpture or anything. It's a living horse that actually happens to be made of... Well, actually, I'll go get her. Butt Stallion! Here you go. Butt Stallion. Say hello. Yeah. Butt Stallion says hello.
Awesome. Now, before we go to the next one, gotta play another GLaDOS clip.
Oh man, here we go.
I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Oh, so cold.
She's adopted.
But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company.
Wow.
Number
5. Man.
Damn.
Next.
John Marston.
Oh, man.
Rob Weedoff from Red Dead Redemption.
So glad John Marston made it on because he was a bandit turned simple farmer, and you can see that in a lot of the ways he tries to reconcile situations. He'd rather look for a nonviolent and pacifist kind of way to solve problems, and we see that in very beginning of the game when he goes to the fort of one of his old henchmen, and he tries to talk him out of things, but he just gets shot down immediately, and then he gets picked up, and that's where the game really starts. But I mean, even in the smaller non away from the cutscenes, he still has this personality. There's always this one little part I'll remember when he goes to Mexico and you press some of the buttons to interact with the people. He'll say, "Hola, donde es hola," and he'll completely break Spanish because he doesn't know anything else, and it's just delivered so well.
Oh man, yeah, that game. I'd never actually played Red Dead Revolver.
Oh my god.
So I was pretty fortunate that I happened to know about Red Dead Redemption because it is probably my favorite Rockstar game. And John Marston is just, oh man, I don't even want to say anything because even though the game's however many years old, I don't want to spoil anything. But...
Yeah, I think we need to wait another maybe about 15 more years before we can start talking about the rest of the the last half of that game with any kind of not worrying about spoiling things because it is a thing that needs to be experienced. Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely glad I didn't miss out on that game. Mm-hmm. Or got spoiled, which is the reason I don't want to say anything, and we should probably move on to the next. But actually, I have a clip before we do that.
Oh, you good. Okay. Awesome.
GLaDOS.
No.
Oh, it's nice to see you, John. Hello, Dutch. How's Abigail? Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while. 'Cause you've been chasing me? Let the woman go, Dutch. Of course. Of course. How's your little boy? He ain't so little now. Oh, he must be what? 15? 16? Doesn't time fly? Don't adjust. It's over, man. Of course. Of course. I surrendered, John. You're the master now. I've been my master since you left me to die. We all make mistakes, John. I never claimed to be a saint, but equally, I never took you for an errand boy. Just trying to help my family, Dutch, by making
All right, as that goes on for way too long, but great performance, and I love that guy's voice too. He sounds like he belongs in that time era.
Yeah, for sure.
Personifies that whole Wild West feel.
Mm-hmm. That whole game is it's just personifies that whole era perfectly, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get that achievement or trophy where you because I mean the game takes place in the Old West for those who don't know, and there's an achievement you can get if you grab a woman, tie her up, put her in front of the train tracks, and then let her get run over.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called.
Something with like
achievement.
mustachioed villain or something like that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, very unique.
That's awesome.
I gotta keep playing these Lotus clips, or I'm never gonna. I got like a couple more. Where did I leave off? Oh, okay. This one's just called Loud Noises, and I don't remember why.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises? I'm sorry, I don't know why that went off. Anyway, just an interesting science fact.
Wait, one more.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
Alright, what's number 4? Are we at 4?
Number 4.
Yeah, I believe I think I brought this guy up in the conversation.
No, I think the run you mentioned was Tommy V.
Oh yeah, I did. You're right.
Yeah, but me and Rafael, we just pretty much both just gravitated to Trevor. Mm-hmm. I mean, because there was really 3 standout performances in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Heck yeah.
But this man takes the cake.
Yeah, Trevor Phillips, played by Stephen Ogg, is complete chaos in whatever basket case that's like barely bundled together. Because wow, the first time you even see Trevor with Johnny from one of the Grand Theft Auto 4 DLCs, he goes from one spectrum to the next instantly, and I mentioned it's like a guilty pleasure seeing this because you kind of can't believe how crazy this guy is. Where like, how did Rockstar come up with the character? But it's really funny to think that this is how a lot of people kind of play Grand Theft Auto. They are Trevor, they are the Trevor character, but they finally have it personified into this character, and he's an absolute blast every time he hits the scene. Every time there's a cutscene with him, every time he says something.
Let me stop you for a second. Did you say he was in a Grand Theft Auto 4 DLC?
No, Johnny Klebitz, I believe. Yeah, he was in...
If you played The Lost and the Damned, I think it's been long enough, and this isn't a big enough deal like maybe something like Red Dead, so I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it. Okay. If you haven't played The Lost and the Damned, don't listen for about 40 seconds. But basically, the star of The Lost and the Damned, a guy called Johnny, the first time you get to play as Trevor, in the first 10 seconds, right, you're basically just having sex with Johnny's girlfriend, it turns out. Johnny shows up, and then Trevor kills Johnny, like the star of the last game that he had played. Like, he was the star of The Lost and the Damned.
Oh.
And that was technically the last main cast member until GTA 5. So basically, you spent hours and hours playing as Johnny, and then the next game you play as, they just kill him off. Like, it's like, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. About Johnny. And it's like, holy shit, let's just kill him off. Like, it's
nothing. He was just a brain on Trevor's boot.
Yeah. Damn. And literally, like, the first 10 seconds and, like, that you get to play as Trevor, you just kill Johnny off. But
you learn something new.
Trevor, I've said since they need to play that. They need to play that. I've said since the beginning that pretty much every GTA you can play it any way you want. You can really, I mean, the argument that it's about running over hookers. I mean, having sex with hookers and running them over and taking your money back, and then just killing people and doing the most heinous acts you can imagine. You can do that in GTA if you want. You don't really have to play like that.
Right.
But every GTA in the past, they've had pretty tame protagonists, right? Who you don't really see them doing all the crazy things that you're able to do until Trevor. I think Trevor's the only GTA main protagonist that actually makes sense to that, for you to be able to do all of those things. Like, it actually makes sense that Trevor would do that. it doesn't really make a lot of sense that somebody like even Tommy Vercetti was not that crazy, or CJ from San Andreas. He was a pretty like chill guy. He would not do a lot of the things you're allowed to do in GTA. Yeah. But with Trevor, I thought it always made sense. That, yeah, he's the kind of guy who would do all those things. Yeah, he's just insane. That's the thing. He is demented in the head.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's no other way to put it.
Yep.
Man. Clip.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. Give me a sip of that.
What? Come on!
Also, this is the perfect representation of him, because he just goes, this is him in a nutshell. He goes from tame to crazy as fuck in like half a second for no reason.
My throat's dry as a motherfucker.
Why? Is your mother dry when you're...
What the fuck is that, huh?
Nothing.
Well, it didn't sound like nothing. Alright? It didn't seem like nothing. I don't think that it was nothing.
I didn't mean nothing by it, old man.
Old man? Old man! Fuck you, creepy old motherfucker. That's right. I said it. Creepy. Old. Motherfucker! No.
Jesus.
Huh?
No, come on.
What?
Sorry.
Where were we exactly, huh?
Get up. Sorry, man. We're sorry. Help! There's a guy with a gun!
So that just went I don't know, it just went from 0 to 90 in a second. And that's why I love Trevor. He's like that in every single scene.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any more? Yeah, I have more GLaDOS clips. Here we go.
I know you're up to something, and as soon as I can prove it, the laws of robotics allow me to terminate you for being a liar. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine, but right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about fashion? He probably... Oh, wait, it's a she. Still, what does she know? Oh, wait, it says she has a medical degree. In fashion. From France.
Alright, now we're getting to the good stuff here.
Yes.
Number three. What's number 3?
Number 3. Whew. Andrew Ryan.
A
man. Not entitled to great features and reviews on websites.
No, said the man from me.
But yeah, it's so easy to see Andrew Ryan top this list, or Armin Shimmerman top this list as Andrew Ryan, because the entire time he's so charismatic about building this underwater utopia in a city, and then when you get there, it's everything he promises, but then it's been broken down. You know, everything he promised, like he lulls you throughout the whole game with his charisma, but again, it's just a broken promise, and oh man. Especially when you finally reach him, that speech he gives you about a man choosing and a slave obeys, it's powerful. Extremely powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you guys brought him up, like, I forgot how much I love this game, because I was like literally getting goosebumps just listening to you guys give the speech. I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good that was.
Yeah, this is one of the best games of the last generation, I think. I was actually fortunate enough to have played. I mean, I already had played this at the time. I mean, I had beaten it, but then I was with a group of friends, and I was able to kind of replay the opening of this game, which is also one of the greatest openings of all time. And just playing it myself, and then having a bunch of friends just sitting there and watching the beginning of this, where you just go from a plane crash, and now you're in this weird... like palace in the middle of the ocean, and then you go down, and now you're going underwater into a city underwater, and then like the whole kind of like the ad that shows up with Andrew Ryan introducing you to Rapture. It's a great thing experiencing people seeing that for the first time. And I never get tired of that. It's one of my main goals for every time I have a new girlfriend, this is my main thing that I want to show them. Have you seen the opening of BioShock? Because I will show it to you. My bad. That was an accident. But actually, let's play this clip.
Sit, would you kindly? Stand, would you kindly? Run. Stop. Turn. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Kill! A man chooses.
Wait, I probably shouldn't play any more of this if people have to play this game. So.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, sorry.
No spoilers. No spoilers here. Let's hear some more GLaDOS instead.
I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club.
I love her sarcastic laugh at him. Because she knows, he's a robot, but she knows it's not a funny joke. But she tells it anyway. And here's the last one before we get to the next two. No more GLaDOS after this.
You know what my days used to be like? I just tested. Nobody murdered me, or put me in a potato, or fed me to birds. I had a pretty good life. And then you showed up. You dangerous, mute lunatic.
Put me in a potato.
It's a spoiler too. Okay, are we at number 2 now?
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Oh man, this is where the argument breaks out.
Yes, this is where you guys got it wrong.
Because Paul has a love affair with Nolan North.
Who doesn't?
But number 2 is Nathan Drake.
Number 2
from the Uncharted series, much to the dismay of Rafael
and Paul.
Oh, but no, in all seriousness, this is like one of my favorite characters in like video games. Period.
Hold on. Nathan Drake, Nolan North is number 2.
Yes.
What a setup!
Oh,
had to
no,
happen.
I'm not done. No, wrong thing. Okay, explain yourself.
There's such a range of emotions there.
Yes, I know you're up to this.
Couldn't
explain
decide.
Yourself.
Hey, it wasn't just me who decided this. If Rafael would have had his way, Nathan Drake wouldn't even have made the list. So, but obviously Nolan is like the father of video game voice acting, and Nathan is one of the best characters in video games. I don't care what Rafael says, and I'm just going to keep hammering that point home this whole time. But it came down to a contest between one other Naughty Dog character, which we will get to next. But my main argument was why I didn't take Drake as number 1 is because for the first 2 games, I don't feel like Nate has like a huge range of personality. Like, granted, we love Nathan the way he is. He's hilarious. He's a wise ass, and he makes the games a lot of fun, and that's what Uncharted's all about. We do fortunately get to see like some more depth to Nathan's character, learning about his past and stuff in Uncharted 3. And I've been playing the collection and just honestly laughing out loud like more than I thought I could. I just forgot how funny and likable Nathan is as a character. But honestly, like I said, he could very easily be number 1, but it was only because we felt stronger about another character that made number 1 instead. So he was relegated to number 2. That's our reasoning.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
If this had stayed as the top 10 voice performance or voice actors, do you think then Nolan North would have been number 1?
That's tough. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you for sure it would be tie between Nolan and Troy. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that those two are like best buds. At the time, I probably would have said Troy, but I kind of took it to heart how passionate you were about Nolan, and I even sent you that video with many roles of Nolan North. A lot of my, I mean, what I said initially isn't false. I feel like a lot of the roles, whether it's his fault or not, he kind of just is himself. If that makes sense, like his normal speaking voice is how he acts, but there are a lot of games out there that I realize I haven't played where Nolan really demonstrates a huge variety, not to mention some characters that I didn't even know he played, that I guess goes to show as a testament that he does indeed have a significant amount of range, much more than I was giving him credit for.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if it wasn't for Nolan North, this whole conversation about should voice actors, matter, do they deserve the time in the spotlight, we would not be at this point right now if it wasn't for Nolan North. He kind of brought attention to video game voice actors. He's the one who made it popular and made it known to people. Before him, it wasn't really a thing. Maybe David Hayter every now and then would show up, and people would talk about how just him doing the Solid Snake's voice was cool, but that was just it. Until Nolan North came out, and that kind of opened the door for many other people, including one of his, biggest fans, Troy Baker, who is now also doing amazing. And then, like you said, Nolan North can do a lot more voices than just Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Which is a huge misconception, because that's the good thing. He does so many voices that you don't even know it's him. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
You watch him do interviews, he can do like a million cartoon characters.
For sure.
But I mean, best performance, I'm not gonna knock it. I mean, number one, I think that's deserved to be number one for different reasons.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing to remember, that this was specific performances. Because I definitely don't disagree with you with anything you said about Nolan himself and for what he's done for the field. So I give Nolan all the credit in the world, and I love him just as much as I love Troy.
Audio clip.
Crap. Now how am I going to get to the VGAs? Okay.
That's such a bad show.
I can do this. I can't do this. Nominated for Character of the Year. Now I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late because I'm going to be dead. Oh, black was a bad choice. Oh, thank God it will.
Yeah, he's in the desert wearing a tuxedo.
Hell with the VGAs. I need water. Probably just going to give it to the Joker anyway. I won? Oh, cool, I won. Oh, thanks, everybody. Guess I'm going to go drink my own pee now.
Oh, man. Like I said, there's so many moments in those games that crack me up. It was just playing Drake's Deception. There's the part where he keeps trying to call Cutter, and nobody's picked up the phone. They finally reunite. He's like, "Why didn't you pick up the phone?" He's like, I have to talk about my minutes. You using a prepaid phone? It's like, I love it. But anyways, we need to get on to the last one, because it really segues into this. As I said, it was the main reason why Nathan isn't number one. And that was because of Joel.
Number one!
Oh, you keep forgetting.
I'm sorry.
You keep forgetting, Zach.
Do it again. Do it properly.
Number one!
There you go.
For God's sake. Number one is Joel, portrayed by Troy Baker from The Last of Us. And this is another game, and when I think of best performances, I just think of everybody from this game. Because this is one of my favorite games of all time. Almost exclusively because of the acting and the story in this game. A lot of people think this is outrageous for me to say. I think, if I remember correctly, Rafael agreed with me. I said that without the story and the standout performances in this game, I honestly thought The Last of Us was just an average game.
Yeah.
But with these things, it is just absolutely so good. I think this is one of the absolute standards for acting in video games. And this is just pointing out how passionate I was that this is the role that needed to be number one. Joel goes through such an emotional range in this game, literally within the first half hour of the game, where you see this fun-loving dad and everything. See, I don't even know if I should say anything about this game, even though it's like in the first half hour.
No, don't.
But just to say in general that we see a huge range of emotion and performance just within that. And then we see the journey that he goes through as he travels with Ellie through the game, and, you know, going from like the subtle performances of being like the hard ass who like doesn't feel anything for anyone to this guy who has this like really deep, profound love for Ellie underneath the surface. And not to mention he still has that vicious hard ass side to him, as we showed in the clip that's one of the torture scenes in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, if anything, if we want to celebrate Nolan, what we were saying about him, give him all the credit in the world for being Troy's mentor, because if it wasn't for Nolan, we wouldn't have a guy like Troy giving us these fantastic performances. And Joel is just honestly one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite performances in video games. And I'm not sure that if anything will ever be able to top it for me. I just love this game so much.
I know what could top it. Link.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. You guys want to hear a clip? Yeah, you do.
Of course. It's GLaDOS, right?
Hope you have your... No more GLaDOS. No more GLaDOS. Hope you have your tissues.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You're treading on some mighty thin ice here. You have no idea what loss is.
everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad. We are going our separate ways. Get it together. We're not alone.
No, that gets you right there in the feels. I don't have a sound effect to portray this, but go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, for anybody who's interested and also feels the same about this, you should look up on YouTube something called The Last of Us One Night Live, where the actors actually just performed major scenes from the game on stage, and the acting is so good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I watched it. It's really good. It's really awesome. That's it. That's our top 10.
Yeah.
Now, normally we would just end this and then go on break and go on to segment 2, but we gotta talk about why we did this top 10. Zach, you wrote the article.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and take it away?
So this is probably a feature I wrote that I take more pride and heart in than anything that I've done. Just because of how involved I've gotten with video games, and this, just like people who listen to this show, I listen to so many other kinds of podcasts and things on YouTube, and I've really gotten to know a lot of these voice actors almost personally, just like any other people, personalities you like and follow on the internet and whatnot. We're fortunate that we live in a generation which we can follow, like Troy Baker and Nolan North on Twitter and stuff like that, and not to mention that they as we kind of demonstrated with these performances, that like they become these characters and they kind of just like make their own place in our hearts. So whenever I came across the fact on Twitter that a lot of these voice actors, actually almost all of them unanimously, had been trending these hashtags and stuff like that regarding the fair treatment of them in the industry, I really took an interest, because as it turns out, even though most of these performers are in the same sort of union as like major Hollywood actors, they are not being treated with the same fairness and respect as like their Hollywood counterparts, and they're like being treated as though they're inferior or not as important. And even voice actors who, come back time and time again to reprise major roles, like, for example, Nolan North as Nathan Drake. Depending on the developer, these people, no matter how loyal they are or how much they've given to certain franchises, they are treated as disposable, and developers have no issue at any point in time of letting people go or replacing them for no reason. What I talked about in the article, one of the biggest examples this past year was how Konami replaced David Hayter with no warning whatsoever. I mean, David didn't even know that the game was in production because he had just assumed that he was always Snake. And that just goes to show you how disrespectful and unfair the companies are and how much they appreciate loyalty and things like that. The voice actors in that particular situation were keen to say, nothing against Sutherland. This isn't an attack against our Hollywood counterparts, but just an attack against the way the industry treats us. And I think, the thing that got me most upset is when this article went out, how much negative attention it got, because there were a lot of people, complaining about, saying that they have no right to be asking for the things they're asking for, and it just blows my mind. Because
what were some of the arguments against this? Well,
the one that got me most irritated was, I just skip the story anyway. The cutscenes don't matter. I just play the game for the game, and I was, good for you. That's not the way games are made anymore. Like, games have to have AAA quality stories and acting nowadays. That's just the way it is, and for good reason. So if you're one of those people, good for you, because I don't, that's not a defense, because the one thing I could understand is people like to get up in arms when anytime anybody's ever saying that we want more money. That just seems to be a thing that people say. But if you read the union demands for what they're asking for, they're not even asking for more money. The only sort of bonus they were asking for was in regards to if a game sells extraordinarily well. I think it was like every 20 million units sold, they would receive a bonus. And very few games that get sold reach those kind of numbers. So it's not like the developers would just be emptying out their pockets constantly to these actors. It's just for a game, for example, like The Last of Us, that sold extraordinarily well and made that game what it was. By all means, I think Troy and Ashley and whoever else are entitled to some sort of bonus, because that game is nothing without them. I just think that's just common sense to me. But as far as the other points, they're not even anything that's unreasonable to be asked for. One of the big things I didn't even know, I know that motion capture is a big thing, but these actors are out there performing their own stunts. So you have Nolan North jumping off of shit like Nathan Drake does in the game just to capture that realism for us. And if you think about it, in any Hollywood movie, they're either not doing their own stunts or they have people there to help them to make sure they're doing it properly so they're not getting hurt and protecting them. Whereas game developers just seem to be like, they don't really have any regard for their safety, for the protection of their voice or their bodies. It's just like, we'll throw you out there, and if you get hurt or your voice gets destroyed, we'll just find somebody else. You're disposable. We don't need you. And all they're asking for is just some sort of respect and recognition that they're putting their bodies and their voices especially on the line, and they're not getting it. And nobody just seems to care. And all they're asking for is basic treatment, and they're not getting it. And that's why all of the voice actors are unanimously voting to strike. I think that the vote actually went through. I think they've successfully voted to authorize a strike if need be. So I would not be surprised that if sometime in the near future, voice actors stop working. And I just go ahead and see what happens to video games like that if you think it doesn't matter, like some of these people were saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you really don't think it's going to make a change, then go and watch audio clips or just watch, any movie clips from video games before voice acting was a thing. Because a lot of developers used to just rely on their own people to do some of the voices because, why not? We have to have someone, do the voice for this main character, and like we can't really spend money on an actor. We don't have to do that, right? It's just a video game. So let's just you with the doing the coding here, like do some lines for us real quick. And then you have games with just terrible voice acting. And that was the case. Like the kind of quality voice acting that we have now is a pretty new thing. And because this is so new, actually because video games are so new, there's a reason that they have to go through this. This is just a bump in the road that they have no choice but to fight through. If you think about video games, it's as far as the entertainment industry, it's still a baby in the medium. Video games have only been around for about 35 to 40 years. And that's nothing. That's nothing compared to movies and music and books. And, even when those mediums came out, at some point, they had to fight for rights and for things like, just like video games have to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, video games already went through their phase of, should video games be violent? I don't know. I don't think they should. They're just video games that are meant for kids, right?
Mm-hmm. We
got over that. So this is just a new thing. The voice actors, do they matter just as much as any other voice actor that you see in a Hollywood movie? And because this is so new, people still have the idea that no, I mean probably not, right? I mean it's just a video game. It's not like a movie that deserves attention and deserves the respect.
Mm.
And because video games are so new, they get that mentality from people. So this is just look. Eventually, we're like they're gonna get through this. Like they're gonna win. Eventually, they're gonna get the respect that they deserve. They're gonna get paid more, or they're gonna be, giving more respect.
Mm. Yes.
Why? Because it's kind of the nature of things. It's the way it happened before, and it's the way it's gonna happen again. But you always have people who have to stand in the way of, of progress. But I'm not worried at all that this is gonna go through. I think it is, but you still have to, make sure that when history comes back and remembers you, that you're on the right side and you're not on the side of opposing something. Basically, it's just equality is what all this is. They're not asking for more.
For sure.
They're not asking for more at all. They're asking just to be treated equally in some cases. So
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, what's the hashtag that people should follow and take notice?
Performance matters.
Hashtag performance matters.
Yes.
Especially Nolan North, who should have been number one.
Nolan North matters.
Face it, you've been played.
Rafael, you got something to say?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, as Zach mentioned, that games are directing towards more cinematic, and just like Hollywood, you can't have Hollywood without actors. A lot of games, you can't have them without the performers. And this is direction that video games, it seems like they can't diffuse from it. Because it's so integral to telling a story, so integral to having likable characters or characters that people want to tell a story with. You need characters, and in any literature, any book, the characters have to speak. They have some way to emote. And these days, the performers are what brings that emotion, and there's absolutely no way around it.
Yeah, and we should probably be clear that it's not every company out there. I'm pretty sure that Naughty Dog is fully behind this concept and they fully support this. But there's a lot of companies out there that don't see this, or at least they're not getting the point yet of how much voice acting actually matters. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I just genuinely, I feel for those guys, and it upsets me. So
yeah, voice acting alone is such a tough industry to be in too. Anyway, like you think being an actor is tough as being a voice actor. It's hard to get noticed, especially when your main field is known for doing video game stuff.
Yeah,
it's incredibly difficult, and then to not get treated the same as anyone else. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. We'll get to more voice acting after this. So it's already almost 1 o'clock.
It is.
Let's go to break real quick. I don't know what song we're picking. We'll figure that out. I think we talked about what song we should probably go to break with, but I forgot.
Is that a Persona song?
No, Persona when we come back.
Oh, okay. Nathan Drake, Uncharted.
Right. Okay, Nathan Drake. Gotcha.
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, sing it, because we're gonna like, it's gonna go from your beautiful voice into the song. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna edit that so good. We'll be right back.
Relax. Just like Saturday night, huh? Relax. Oh, drop the jaw. Get bent! Oh my god, am I supposed to do kanji? Yeah. Oh, but I can't. I mean, it's like asking me to do Winnie the Pooh next to Jim Cummings. Really?
I don't know. I didn't ask the question.
All right, I forfeit, I lose, but I'll do it for you. Get bent! Ask Deadpool! Get bent! Kanji, stupid name.
Zach put it differently. You were gonna doom us.
What did I say?
If anything, you'll doom yourself.
I said doom us? When did I say that?
You said,
when did you say
he said doomed.
No, I said... that earlier I said where he wants us to get bombed on the podcast.
Oh, bomb. That's it.
Yeah, that's totally different.
That's good. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, guys, bad news.
Questions are gone.
We have to do this over again. We have to record the whole thing.
What?
Yes. Guys, we forgot to introduce ourselves at the beginning.
We can do it right now and you can edit it over.
No, we're just doing this in the middle. I'm not gonna cut this and put it back in the beginning. That's crazy talk. That's too much work. Let's introduce ourselves real quick, because as you know, we're not professional unless we introduce ourselves. People have no idea what's going on. I'm Zach. Who else do we have?
I'm Rafael.
And I'm Paul, the editor-in-chief.
And together we make Big Cast number 6.
Ooh.
See, that wasn't too
I'm gonna
hard.
try 4. Serious.
Alright. Let no one say we don't introduce ourselves ever, because we definitely do.
Hell yeah.
Okay, alright, let's do the thing. Let's see. So, we're having a little quiz.
Yes.
Originally it was going to be 3 of you, but 2 of you works just fine. Actually makes things a little more exciting. Here's how it's going to work. The quiz, it's basically called Nolan North or Troy Baker.
Oh, damn.
Okay, Nolan North or Troy Baker. The rules are pretty simple. I'm going to play a clip, and if it's your turn, I don't want anybody screaming or yelling for answer. If I'm talking to you directly, it's your turn to answer. You tell me if it's Nolan North or Troy Baker. Pretty simple. It's going to be a short clip. I have a bunch of them.
Okay.
Now, if you tell me the right answer, that's cool. You get a point. If you get the right answer, you're going to get this. Who knows what games that's from?
Some kind of Zelda game?
Yeah, that's from Mario. This is not part of the quiz, guys. We're just asking. If you get the wrong answer, you get this.
Yeah.
So don't get the wrong answer,
Someone
or you're going to get that. Yes. That sounds like someone shaving. There you go. Link! Link, be careful. Hold on, let me see. And also, you guys are going to be playing for people. Each of you is going to be playing for a Twitter follower.
Oh, man.
Let me see. Here's the Twitter followers you guys are going to be playing for. So if you lose... so, guys, if you lose, then these are the people who are going to be mad at you.
No.
Zach, you're going to be playing for Willem Pie. That's WILLEMPIEE.
Okay.
One of our followers on Twitter. Rafael.
Yes.
You're going to be playing for Nick Button.
Who?
NICKBUTTON. So, Nick Button, I'm sorry.
Me too.
Okay, so let's run the rules again. So basically, I'm going to play a clip. You're going to tell me if it's Nolan North or Name Drake. If you get it wrong, you don't get anything. If you get it right, you get a point. If you can name me the game,
ooh,
you get an extra point.
Hot diggity damn.
If you make me mad in any way, I will take points away from you. Sound fair?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna take a point away from Zach right now because I don't know why I didn't like the way he said okay. Zach said negative.
This game's shaping up to be pretty good.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Who should go first? Let me pick one of you random. Rafael, let's go with you.
Woo.
Now, Rafael, are you ready?
Yeah, hit me with that clip.
Okay. Now, Rafael, Nolan North or Troy Baker. Also, you don't have too much time to answer. If you go over like 10 seconds, you're done. You get
okay.
You know, the buzzer.
Fair enough.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, then I did about the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. I admitted to you guys that I was the night watcher. Admitting you were...
Some kind of Ninja Turtles game. And it's Nolan North.
Is that your final answer, Rafael?
Yes.
Okay. Zach.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Rafael. Rafael, can you name the game?
Probably not. That's why I said some kind of Ninja Turtles game.
Okay. I actually cheated. That's from a movie. That's from the Ninja Turtles movie. And that's the
hey!
That is the only non-game in this whole list, so... Sorry.
Don't I get some points for Ninja Turtles something?
No, but I can take
a
point away from you if you'd like me to do that instead.
No, sir. Let's continue the game.
All right. Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
Nolan North or Troy Baker?
What a storm. We'll have to close early.
Too bad we can't leave, though. We finally managed to dodge the late shift, and we're stuck here anyway.
Zach.
That is Troy Baker.
That is Troy Baker. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? These have been too easy. All right. They're not gonna be all these easy. Zach, can you name the game?
I cannot.
Me neither, because I can't read it. So.
Nice.
Good thing you didn't answer that. Rafael, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Do you know?
Okay. No. Wrong. Wrong. Okay, Rafael.
Yes, I see that. Well then, I'm counting on you to bring me the last shard and get rid of those who stand in our way.
Okay, this one's a little tough, Rafael. Now, is this Troy Baker or Nolan North?
I wanted to say Troy Baker, but I will say Nolan North.
Say Nolan North. Rafael. Oh, Rafael. Oh, no. That actually is no, Troy Baker. I'm sorry.
What game?
The game is called Night Contract. A game that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, agreed.
But that is Troy Baker.
Huh.
I said they're not going to be all super easy.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good one.
Okay, Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Speaking of crazy stuff, this morning, I pissed the bed for the first time since grade school. That's messed up, man. I had a really scary dream. Don't remember what it was about.
Okay, that was a little low. I hope you heard it.
I could hear it well enough to say that is Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. Is that Troy Baker? Let me check. And yes, okay, Troy Baker. Now, can you name the game, Zach?
I cannot.
That's actually Catherine.
Oh, really? I guess I couldn't hear it well enough. I should have known that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's okay. You're still in the lead. You got 2 points. Rafael, come on, you gotta get this one right.
All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Lord Hades, your progress is impressive, Kratos.
but your skills will not carry you to your ultimate goal. I offer you the souls of Hades itself.
Yes, obviously that's Hades, Rafael. So is that
Yeah.
Troy Baker or Nolan North?
I don't recall Troy Baker being in a God of War game, so I have to say Nolan North.
Oh, are you sure you want to go with that answer, Rafael?
Let's do it! Woo! Nolan North, number 2.
Yep, you got it. I think Rafael Zach knows this one because you were watching that video.
Yeah.
Somebody's been trying to cheat. Zach, were you trying to cheat before you got on the show?
Yes.
I'm taking a point away from you. Okay, so now, Rafael, you are in the lead.
Woo! Pseudo lead.
Wow.
Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
Rafael just got ahead of you randomly out of nowhere, so you gotta get this one to make it count. Is this Troy Baker or Nolan North?
I told you. Save Sarah, protect Cocoon, have myself a big happy family. Still, it's a long road ahead. Or maybe not so long.
Zach, Troy Baker or Nolan North?
That is Troy Baker as Snowvilliers from Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, look at Zach. Look at Zach with the game. All right. Okay, so now, Zach, you're back in the lead.
That was epic.
Zach at 3, Rafael at 2. I should probably try to take these off so I don't get confused with the ones I've already used up. Okay, who's next? Rafael,
I
right?
am. Yeah.
Rafael. Okay, Rafael, you gotta get back in this.
Yeah.
But I believe in you.
Thank you. Here we go.
Okay, now, Rafael, is this Nolan North or Troy Baker?
You failed, son of Jor-El. Arrogant as always.
Oh, God. Let's see. I've guessed Nolan North too many times. But you can't go wrong with guessing Nolan North.
Okay, I'm glad you went with that. That is Nolan North. I'm assuming you can't guess the game.
No. I want to take a guess though. Anyway, is it that chainsaw game that was on the Wii, like Mad something? It was like a black and white game with like red splatter everywhere. And he had a chainsaw, I believe.
You're talking about Mad World.
Yeah.
It's not Mad World, but I like that game a lot. I'm tempted to give you an extra point because I like Mad World.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna because I hear Zach's grunt. Okay, Zach, I'm sorry that you hate Mad World.
Oh, what was that game, by the way?
Oh, that was Gods Among Men. He played General Zod. Nolan North. Okay, so you guys are tied 3-3. This is getting exciting.
Agreed.
Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
Positive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Now, Nolan North or Troy Baker?
I can't chill out these hot riffs just so you can get your beauty sleep. Cause you ogres really need it. What? I said, too bad your wife isn't getting her beauty sleep. Cause she sure needs it.
That was kind of easy. Zach, is that Troy Baker or Nolan North?
Good God, that is Nolan North. That
is totally Nolan North. That sounds so much like Nolan North. I gotta stop even giving Zach the easy ones. It's not fair. Zach, can you name the game?
I have no idea, but I am certainly curious.
It was Shrek. Shrek. Some kind of Shrek game. Sorry, don't ever play it. Alright, who we got? Okay, now we got Rafael.
Whoop whoop.
So you positive, Rafael, you think you got this, Rafael?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you got this.
Ready to guess Nolan North.
Alright, this worked for you so far. Okay, Rafael, is this Nolan North or Nolan North?
I tried to help you, Batman. I gave you the opportunity to end this and walk away, but oh no. You had to be the big man. Well, guess what? From up here, you look pretty small.
Oh, man.
I can tell Zach's like, he's itching because he knows what this is.
That was Troy Baker in Arkham Origins as a Joker.
Rafael, are you sure you want to go with that? Rafael, that is totally wrong. Where is my buzzard on here? Here we go. Here you get this. Actually, you get extra of these.
Can I steal? Can I steal?
No, you can't steal, Sag. There's no stealing in this game. I can steal a point away from you if you try to add rules into the game.
I like that rule.
Yeah, that was Nolan North as the Penguin in Arkham City.
Rafael,
I swear to God, Rafael. terrible. Let me like that one out.
Well, to be fair, I didn't get to Penguin. I just got the Joker. And as soon as he said Batman, I just assumed.
Zach.
Yeah.
Are you ready now?
Yeah.
Now, is this Troy Baker or Troy Baker?
What?
This is what I've been searching for my entire life.
Hey, pal, focus. I'm interrogating you here.
You don't understand. This is living proof of what I've said for years. I got thrown out of academia for this. No respectable archaeological team would touch me. But now, now this will be huge.
Troy Baker or Troy Baker?
I'm going to have to go with the second Troy Baker.
The second Troy Baker, not the first?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to go with Troy Baker? That sounded like a Nolan North laugh to me.
I'm going to go with Troy Baker number 2.
Troy Baker number 2. Survey says... Wabam!
Oh!
I actually thought that sounded way like Nolan North.
Agreed.
I feel like I should know what game that is. What is the game?
That's a good question. Let's see.
It's Uncharted.
No, it's not Uncharted.
the Troy Baker edition.
The Troy Baker is Nathan Drake. The uncut.
The game is Men in Black.
Okay, I wouldn't
know that. Dang.
There's a character called Peter Delacroix in Men in Black. A nobody that nobody should ever know. But Zach somehow takes a chance on Troy Baker, love of his life, and
Troy and Zach forever.
Yes, if only.
Rafael, you're lagging 2 points behind. Come on now.
Oh, building that dramatic tension.
Yes.
Yeah, that's this next one though. Watch.
This next one though
doesn't even need editing.
All right, Rafael, you know how it goes. Is this Troy Baker or Nolan North?
You kill to survive. So do we. We have to take care of our own by any means necessary.
So now what? You're gonna chop me up into tiny pieces.
I'd rather not.
Oh, thank God. Woo! It's Nolan North as a cannibal guy in The Last of Us.
Now, are you sure? Because that was obviously Ellie, and we know Troy Baker's in The Last of Us, Rafael.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to stick with that answer?
I've guessed Nolan North many a time, and I will guess him again.
Yeah, he's done you wrong. Good thing. See, Troy Baker is the word. You gotta stick with Troy Baker, I guess. Give a point to Rafael, who's now 4 points. Zach still at 5. Zach.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Troy Baker or Nolan North?
Speaking of crazy stuff, this morning I pissed the bed for the first time since grade school.
Wait, I already played this one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Wait. Okay.
Whoa,
Zach.
this is pretty good.
No. Okay, now for reals. Troy Baker or Nolan North, Zach? Here we go.
Harley Quinn's preparing for some kind of siege. What's she planning?
Find Batman and get the hell out of there, okay?
Don't worry, Barb. It's me, remember?
That is 4 seconds. Troy Baker as Jason Todd Robin in I don't know which Batman.
Yeah, that's. You don't get a point for naming the character, so you only get 1 point. That was Arkham City.
Oh, okay.
That was Robin. You got that. It's really good. I want to give you an extra point just for giving that extra answer, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Rafael,
I need to catch it too.
Rafael, come on now. You gotta get this next one.
Yeah, dramatic tension, folks.
Not dramatic. It's just sad at this point.
Sad dramatic tension.
Yes. Okay, it's Rafael. Here we go.
She's beaten so bad, she should do it herself. Forget Rita, you fool. I have new orders for you. Go and dump this in the Angel Grove water reservoir.
Huh.
Like
Nolan
50-50.
North. Yeah, Nolan Nolan North in Power Rangers as that gold guy.
The gold guy. Yes. Actually, his name's Goldar.
Oh, there we go, Goldar.
It is the Power Rangers game. You know what, Zach, Rafael, you getting 2 points.
Woo!
You get 2 points. You got the Nolan North, and you got the game, and that was actually Zach. Did you know that was Nolan North?
Yeah.
How did you know that was Nolan North?
Because I know Nolan North's voice.
He's cheating on Troy Baker.
You still get this, Rafael. Yeah, I got a feeling Zach is cheating. Zach, have you been cheating?
I have not.
If I sense you're cheating, you get 3 points taken away. All right, next is Zach.
Okay.
Zach, are you ready?
Yes.
Ready. Nolan North or Troy Baker? Here we go.
The only way to get by in this place is to give ourselves some respect. Fear. That's how we get respect. Show them all that we do things. We should be fair, though. This is a place of justice, after all. Screw justice. Kill her, and they'll all fear us. What?
That's Troy Baker.
Troy Baker as?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think I know.
That is actually Troy Baker. Actually, hold on, let me give you your sound effect. That is Troy Baker in Arkham City as Two-Face, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was Two-Face.
Yeah, I had no idea.
He's everybody in that game.
Yeah.
Right. Troy Baker does like 20 voices in Arkham City. I had no idea.
He does Random Civilian number 2 as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and
that's what I know him from.
Okay. The gold guy from Power Rangers. That's a really good impression, though, by Nolan North. I want to hear that again.
Did you know that people
What?
with guilty...
I forgot I exited
Oh.
it. I forgot I covered it.
GLaDOS
I'm covering
is back.
all the
Nolan
ones
North
that
is also GLaDOS.
Yes. Okay, who's next?
I am.
Rafael. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, Rafael. Nolan North or Troy Baker?
Did you know that people...
What the fuck?
Oh.
My bad. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm not accustomed to Jedi behaving with such cowardice. Naturally, I suspect a trick. But you're out of options this time, Jedi.
That was hard. That was hard.
If that is the Old Republic, then it wouldn't be Troy Baker because he plays another character. He plays a companion. But if that's, I want to guess Nolan North as, I don't know who the character is, so I'm just going to guess Darth Malgus, even though it's not Darth Malgus.
Rafael, that was really good. That was really good of you. I like how you analyzed the whole thing. Kind of broke it down into like piece by piece. You went like a beautiful mind into this sound clip.
But
that got you nowhere because that was Troy Baker. That was
me.
Troy Baker as Tesk from Star Wars. I think it was actually Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh.
That was really good, though. I like that. Okay, Zach, your turn.
Yes.
You ready for Nolan North or Troy Baker? Here we go.
I'm sorry, but you three don't seem to have the proper visitor passes.
Zach.
Damn, that's actually the first challenging one for me. I'm gonna have to go with Nolan North, though.
You sure you want to go with Nolan North?
Yeah.
That sounded a little jokerish to me.
Was it really? Is it really the Joker?
It sounded jokerish, didn't it? Let's hear it again.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't sound like Troy's Joker to me, though.
But you three don't seem to have the proper visitor passes.
Alright, Zach wants to go with Nolan North.
Wow, if that's Troy's Joker, I'm stunned.
Zach wants to go with Nolan North. Is it Nolan North? Yep, it's Nolan North.
Got it.
That is actually That is Green Goblin.
Okay,
from,
that's right.
Marvel Ultimate, Lego Marvel. Actually,
That's
And
from
I
a Lego
almost-
game?
huh?
That's from a Lego game?
Yes, the Lego Marvel game.
Had me going there for a second.
I know. I was trying to get you.
Like, there's no way that's Troy's Joker.
I'll give you your point. All right, Rafael. Let me
Yes.
see what you're at now. You're at 1, 2,
I've already been beat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're down by 2, but we still got a couple of these. All right, so let's go with this one. Rafael, you ready?
Ready.
Use little ninja tricks versus Nova Corps? Come on. If I were you, I'd hide my face too after that. Earth's mightiest heroes, huh? How limited.
Now that should give you a huge clue as to who it's not, and then you can kind of work as to who it could be.
Yeah, if I knew what the clue was. But okay, let's see.
God damn it!
That sounded like Troy Baker, but I still want to guess Nolan North. But I'm going to guess Troy Baker.
Good for you, Rafael. That was actually Troy Baker. I mean, get you your sound effect. Well, bam. See, if you knew about Marvel Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, he's a fire guy.
No, he's not. He's Nova from the Nova Corps. From the Nova Corps.
I mean, I played Marvel, but I don't remember them talking for that long.
They do talk a lot. They talked at the beginning of before each match. But the important thing is one should know that Nolan North is Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would kind of eliminate that he's already not that guy. So then if it's not Nolan North, then it has to be Troy Baker. Yeah, that was Troy Baker as Nova. Marvel Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Let me get you a point. Okay, Zach. Actually, that was the last one.
Oh, no.
Actually, let's see. What do we have? Rafael, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zach, you have
6.
1,
Woo! I win.
2.
Yeah, it's like 8, I think.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, nice.
Zach wins by 1. Zach, who were you playing for? Check. Let me check.
I don't remember.
-1 point.
-1 point for Zach. Rafael, do you remember who you were playing for?
Nick Button.
Nick Button. Nick Button, because the person playing for you actually remembers your name.
Ooh.
You win. You win the game.
Oh man, yeah, I wrote it down.
What a twist.
Nick Button, thank you, buddy.
Nick Button, you win. I'll see what kind of games I got lying around. I got some codes. I'll send you a free game. I'm sorry for whoever Zach was representing. Let me see if I can find it. It was.
This is the best game ever.
It was Will and Pie. Will and Pie. Oh, that's tough. That is tough.
Tough loss.
Tough loss. Will and Pie. Oh, what a twist.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Zach, let's get to your review. So it's almost it's 1:30. Actually, it's still 1:30. I thought it was 2 a.m.
Oh, I reviewed a little game called Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, I picked up this game out of a response because I was so mad that they delayed Persona 5, like I knew they were going to. So I needed some Persona in my life, so I picked this little bad boy up for my Vita. Now, I'm not usually a fan of the rhythm game genre, but my first impression of this game is fun as hell. It is very enjoyable if you like Persona and you like the music in the game. It's way more addicting than I thought it would be, because I thought that the game looked silly, and honestly that it looked like sort of just a cash cow of the Persona franchise, but I was hooked on it, and I played it pretty much non-stop for about 2 weeks. So, I mean, if you like the rhythm game genre, you're really going to like this game a lot. It takes notes from, like, like maybe like Guitar Hero or something like that, and that the style of the game is that you have your like animation going on in the background, and as the music plays, notes stream across the screen, and your inputs match up with the notes on the screen. They change it up a little bit by adding like certain different kinds of notes, such as like simultaneous button presses. Some of the notes you have to hold and then release at the same time as well. And then they even add this little cool little thing where you can flick the joystick for record scratches, so that you get a nice little DJ mix sound. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. My biggest issues with it were that as I played through the game, I realized that the track list is kind of repetitive. They have like maybe like 15 original songs, and then they start to just repeat the songs with just like different remixes or like an increased tempo or something like that. So that was a little disappointing for me. And ultimately, it kind of the fun factor wore off quickly, as there wasn't really anything much to do once I cleared all the songs. You also can like unlock costumes and stuff like that with money that you earn from performing really well during certain songs, but I also unlocked all the stuff there was really quickly. It took me like maybe like not even 20 hours to get everything there was in the game. The one thing that really surprised me that I want to give a shout out to is the fact that I did not really expect there to be much of any story mode in a rhythm game, but there was actually a pretty decent story in this game. It was about a 12-hour story or so. And it was pretty cool because Persona 4 has such an awesome story, and rather than just making it a cash cow and saying, hey, here, we just threw your favorite characters into this rhythm game, now buy it or whatever, they gave you, this, by all means, the story is silly. I mean, it's a game centered around dancing rather than fighting, so it's still a little silly. Obviously, that's what you gotta expect. But there's still some really cool character moments, particularly for characters that didn't get as much screen time maybe as you would have liked in the original game, such as the main characters, uncle and cousin Dojima and Nanako, who are awesome in this game. And there's also some new characters that are pretty cool. But pretty much overall, if you like Persona, it's definitely a game worth checking out, at least on your Vita. It's a little harsh for me because Atlas games have what they call the Atlas tax, in which you're always paying a little more just for their name on their games. It's a $50 Vita game. I don't know if I had the choice again, I would have paid $50 for it right up front first day. Mm. But just because I personally didn't get as much gameplay time out of, because the $50 is just short of a full-fledged AAA title price. So I don't know if it's worth that much, but it's a nice diversion. If you like rhythm games or you like Persona, I think either way you'll get some enjoyment out of it. But just how long that enjoyment will last really depends on what style of game you like. So,
what'd you give it?
I gave it a 78.
Oh, so it's a terrible game.
Oh, yeah, some people would say that.
Awful.
But it's a good game. It's a good game. Yeah. I had fun. I had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to.
Remember, people, 7 means good.
Yes.
All right.
Still fun to be had.
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go to the question of the week. This was what's your favorite fighting game? Right?
Oh yeah.
Let's not waste too much time on this. Mine is, what is mine? You know what? I'm gonna go with the latest Smash Bros. On the Wii U and 3DS.
Okay, not bad. Very fun.
They count as fighting games. They're mostly, they were party games, I guess. That kind of people turn them into competitive fighting games. But the last one, they made an effort to make it more competitive, and actually they balance out the fighters every couple of months, and they added modes just to have Final Destination versions of every stage. And it's Nintendo. I love Smash Bros. And I'm probably gonna go with that. Other than that, like a legit typical fighting game, probably Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That was really good. Rafael, what's yours?
Okay. Well, I know there's like a lot of controversy behind it because some people say, hey, it's not, people don't play that for fighting. But I'll pick the latest one, Dead or Alive 5. Absolutely love the Dead or Alive series. Hey.
Is that what the Dead or Alive? Okay.
Dead or Alive, because it's coming from a background of watching like a ton of kung fu movies and Jackie Chan stuff. The fighting is very fluid. It's very eye catchy. Not the girls, but the actual fighting itself. And the systems they have, the counters, they have like this paper rock scissors kind of countering system. It's very accessible for new players to just button mash and kind of pick up a few combos. But it's also very deep in regards to its fighting systems that a lot of people don't see past the boobs.
No, yeah. That's what I was gonna ask. Which of your favorite? No, which is your favorite girl with giant boobs in that game?
Damn.
Let's see. The newest one, Mila. She doesn't have giant boobs, but.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, Mila. Good choice.
Yeah.
Zach, what's your favorite?
So I'm not like super great in the fighting genre, like a lot of you guys seem to be. So I would have to say like my favorite fighting games were more fan servicey. Like one thing I want to give a mention to is the PlayStation All Stars game because
oh man,
it pisses me off that game got treated with such hate because I would have loved to see like more iterations of that or new characters and stuff. I thought it was a great idea.
Before that game came out, I was one of its biggest supporters. I was one of the biggest like people trying to. I always make the point that game, if there was any company, any developer that deserves to have a Smash Bros. Clone, which is basically what it was, it's Sony. Sony has a huge, library of characters that they can use, and they're not doing anything with. So a Smash Brothers knockoff makes sense for PlayStation All Stars. Unfortunately, when the game came out, actually I gave it an 8.5. I think it's a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
It had flaws, but I think one of my biggest problems eventually was that the way you kill the opponent is terrible. You have to kill him with a special, and that just drags on forever. Because you have to hit your opponent a certain amount of times to fill up your special bar, and then once you get your special, which takes forever to get to, you can miss with it, and then you have to fill it up again, and then maybe you'll think maybe I'll try to fill it up to like level 2, see if that works. But some people have a terrible level 2. Some people can only win with their level 3 specials, which is it's a guaranteed kill. Some have terrible level 3s like Parappa the Rapper. Which, I mean, it kills everything on the screen, but it doesn't make sense when you're fighting against one other person. So just the fact that you could only kill your opponent with your specials, and you couldn't change that in any way. There were no other like options to kill enemies. That is what killed the game. I think in the end.
Yeah,
that's what I think personally.
Yeah, I also really liked Injustice: Gods Among Us.
That's awesome
because it's just. They made so many DC characters that I normally thought were cheesy, just flat out badass. So I just had a lot of fun playing that game.
You failed, son of Torad. Arrogant as always.
Ironic that I have that on here.
That was clean.
Alright, yes. What are some of the responses that we got on Facebook?
Let's see. Oh, do you want to go first, Zach?
Sorry. Yeah, sure. Jimmy said Melee, which is a Smash Brothers game, yeah?
Wait, hold on, I have something for Jimmy. No! Okay, what else?
Robert Terry said Capcom versus, what is SNK?
Okay, I'll give that a plus.
Eric, Mr. Eric Young, I don't know if you know him.
No.
He said,
who?
He said Tekken 3 or Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
Okay, that's good. Give him that.
Garfield Robinson said Killer Instinct.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I need to get the combo breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Smiley said Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay.
And finally, Matthew Mosier with a game I've never heard of called Dive Kick.
Oh, Dive Kick, so deep.
Rafael, what you got?
Okay, so Nino Alvarez, Mario Smash Brothers on 64.
It's a baby game.
Yeah. Perry Weinblatt has Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yeah, definitely a good one. And Matt Lazarus wrote Fighters Mega Mix in parentheses Saturn. Yeah.
Wait, what's the name of the game?
Fighters Mega Mix.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Same here. Sorry.
I already want to cry.
Alright, here's an interesting one. It has a good name. From Angel Castillo. Fight Fighters.
It has a good name, but I don't know what it is. So.
Yeah.
If I don't know it, I boo it.
Alright. And Jared Jables O wrote Soul Calibur's 2.
Oh wait, no, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's a fun game. And our last one, I think, Bit Culture's Hope, and one of the brothers of someone here, Diego,
Yes.
wrote Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Hell yeah. Such a good game.
Agreed.
Take you for a ride.
I'm sad that I lost it for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I think that's worth a lot of money now on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, to get a physical copy.
Yes. But at least you can get it on PSN and Xbox Live.
At least you get some.
Shit, I tried to get the achievements for those, and they're impossible. I gave up.
Are they like super combos or like dead combos or?
Some of them are. Some of them are like. Oh god, I need to get that on the soundboard. Yeah, some of them were just crazy. Like win 1,000 Xbox Live fights.
Oh man!
Online, and there's only like one person ever online.
And he's the best, right?
Yes, and he's the best at the best player in the world. So I wasn't gonna get that achievement. Anyway, let's wrap it up. Guys, what are you guys working on?
Nothing.
Nothing from Zach.
Nice.
Are you working? Because I got my eye on Zach. If he's not doing any work, I should probably be concerned.
No, I have several features going up next week. I'm also going to be finishing up my Uncharted collection review tomorrow. Nice. And Tuesday we have the Tales from the Borderlands finale and the Life is Strange finale. I will be streaming Life is Strange, and I will probably have both of those reviews ready the following day.
Zach's gonna cry on screen.
I absolutely am.
Zach, what is your Twitch and Twitter? I'm gonna start doing this for pimping out you guys.
My Twitter is Zach over there,
mm-hmm.
and my Twitch is Deva Slayer. Deva Slayer.
So Rafael, what are you doing?
Yes, working on 2 big reviews at the moment. One of them is Blood Bowl 2. Oh man, thank you.
Oh man, wait, that's not out yet. You haven't finished that yet.
Oh, it's a big game. It's a big game. Even the one match can take 2 hours. And I'm going through the campaign right now, and I've also played some of the League games. But because I had to stop that game because a more timely review with The Witcher's first expansion, Hearts of Stone, came out this week. And that's awesome. That's an open world that you have to play through and just spend a lot of time involving yourself in the world.
Okay, very cool. I am drinking alcohol and trying to live my life a day at a time. That's how I do it.
One bottle and one day at a time.
Oh, I gotta get another bottle. The saddest thing is I look to my right and there's like 5 bottles just empty. And it's just like me.
And it's a Thursday, folks.
Oh god, I gotta be at work in the morning.
Oh,
all
man.
Right. All right, that's about it. Oh, do we know what song we're gonna close off with?
Oh, how about the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 theme song?
No.
Okay.
No. I knew I had one that I was thinking of.
How about Fight Fighters theme song?
No, no fighting games.
Fight Fighters.
Fight Fighters? What is that?
So, I don't know.
Terrible. Oh, right. I wanted to play the Portal 2 song. Robots for the Win. Great song. All right. Well, I'm Paul. Thank you for listening. And who else was here?
Zach. This guy.
And Rafael.
And Zach and Rafael. Guys, don't drink. Do not drink.
Yeah, not on a work night.
Not on a work night. It's a bad idea. See you guys later. Bye.
Peace
See you,
out.
folks.
Sure.
I'll see you later, Nick Budden.
What? Nick Button? Oh, Nick Button is for you. Good night.
See you, folks.